Shall we begin?
Welcome to the Happy MonsterCast. I'm your host, Scott Marchand Davis of Happy Monster Press.
Let's begin now.
This week on the Happy MonsterCast, the Ghost Wardens explore the heart of Dead Lake. This podcast contains adult language and adult situations. Previously on the Happy MonsterCast. Ghost Mountain, the isolated temple where the unruly dead return to their proper place in hell. Meet the Ghost Wardens, holy warriors dedicated to the service of the underworld kings, battling the undead and laying them to rest. Here, Bolt Fist Jiao, master of music sorcery, Cheerful Fan, who smiles through his sorrow, Ebullient Gong Gou, dog devil and fire sorcerer, Sneaky Chao, silent assassin, and Jung Soo, ox devil blade master, stand ready to return the unruly dead to hell. En route to the Mirror of Ever-Present Sight, the Ghost Wardens have encountered a mystery. Strange green lights emanate from the center of Dead Lake, and the Wardens are on their way to investigate. So let's recap. So you have traveled to the town of Dead Lake on your way to the Cloud Road, which will eventually lead you to, you hope, to the Mirror of Ever-Present Sight at Blue Serpent Manor. On the way, you had a couple of strange encounters. When you arrived at Dead Lake, they were very excited to see you. The local innkeepers tried to recruit you for their establishments, and it became very clear that there was a ghost problem in town. The salt industry has been affected by the heavy rains. The salt pits along the edge of the lake are currently underwater, as is part of the town. You discover that there is a mercenary escort agency in town called the Bullboxers, as well as a martial arts school, the Southern Cyclone, and that travelers have been turned back or killed along the Cloud Road, but you're not sure why. The most serious news is the mysterious glow in the center of the lake. 2 boatmen tried to go out at night and see what it was. Neither returned, and everybody in town is pressing you very hard to go investigate. So you have found your way to a gentleman named Boatman Poe, who has grudgingly agreed to take you out on the lake in his boat this evening. And so he leads you to the edge of the water and points to his boat, which is out here on one of these docks. The only way to get to it is a bunch of planks that people have laid across the sunken rooftops of the houses. You should know, says Poe. Falling into the water is very unlucky. Salt miners fall in the water all the time, but then again, they all ended up as salt miners, so there could be some truth to it. I never believed in this myself, but with the other 2 boatmen missing and presumed dead, I'm not taking any chances. So, who would like to control Boatman Poe? Not Brendan, because he's already controlling Boat Fist Jiao.
Right.
I could do it.
Okay. Where did he go? How did I lose Boatman Poe? All right, so when we get there, let's see. Now I need to get Fisherman Poe. That's why I named him Fisherman Poe. So let's see here.
Congratulations, dude! You got promoted.
Yep.
Captain.
All right. So, Jung Soo, you're now the proud owner of Fisherman Poe, who you will find in the NPC folder.
In is that in a tab somewhere?
On the Actors tab where you find your character sheet.
Uh-huh.
You should be able to find
NPCs.
Yes. And if you open that up, you will find
Got it.
Fisherman Poe there. So everybody needs to make an athletics roll at +2, or else you will fall into the repeatedly cursed waters of the dead lake.
At +2.
Yes. Right. Athletics at +2.
Okay. There's Cheerful. That should be pretty good.
Cheerful's all good. Yeah, you make your way out to the boat.
And there's Bolt Fist.
So far, so good. And Fisherman Poe also needs to make this roll. So far, everybody's doing very well.
And he sticks to dismount.
Athletics, not agility.
Oh, sorry.
Good thing, too. Although with +2, he'd still be okay.
Okay, and then +2.
Okay, so y'all make it to the boat. And Poe begins to pull you out into the middle of the knives has to roll 2. Yeah, everybody makes it to the boat without falling in. You board the boat. Poe begins to pull you out into the water. The water is quite still, but also quite murky. So there's an ominous glow coming from the center of the lake that diffuses out into the water as you're traveling over it.
Can we see what's causing this glow in the water?
Not yet, but it appears to be coming from the center of the lake.
Okay. And it's underwater.
It is, yes.
Okay.
And so as you approach the center of the lake, the waxing moon, previously hidden by clouds, finally peeks out. The moonlight seems to clear the water, and what was an indistinct glow now becomes discernible as individual campfires glowing with green flames. A dozen
under the water.
Yes.
That's awesome.
A dozen fathoms below, a skeletal army of Western invaders and their former foes from the White Banners are encamped around a strange-looking pagoda which dominates the lake. Workers are digging up body parts and assembling them into new warriors, and smiths work ruined weapons and armor in the green flames. It looks like an army preparing to march, and within a few days, their preparation should be complete. The only target for them to attack is the town of Dead Lake. Most of these corpses wear enough armor to keep them firmly rooted to the bottom of the lake, but a few lean skeletons and the flimsy remains of cloth swim upwards towards the boats with unnatural speed as the army below points upwards and howls.
Oh boy.
Well, that ain't good.
Points for your background.
It's not great. So, these guys are really scary.
How scary are they?
So scary that you all need to make fear checks, including Fisherman Poe.
Just had to ask.
Here is a spirit roll.
Here is a spirit roll, yes.
Nope.
All
So
right.
far, so good.
Pretty solid. And
There was a modifier on that roll?
No modifier on the fear check. So far, everybody's okay, except whoever that was. Except Sneaky Chao.
Yeah, I'll Benny that.
And Ebullient Gong Gou. And Poe.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Okay, so far, so
Benny
good.
that.
You're going to Benny the one for Poe?
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to see what he's able to do.
All right, so the Benny roll, it passes. So none of you are terrified right out of the gate. And we will begin this battle. And Sneaky Chao draws a joker.
Nice.
So these guys are fast, and you're pretty confident from the speed that Fisherman Poe was pulling the boat out that you're not going to be able to outrun them in the boat.
I'm going to hold action until one of them comes to me. And then
Okay.
as soon as they are up to me, I'd like to initiate my attack first.
Okay. Well, here they come.
That's a lot of bad guys.
Yes. So let's see. Starting with him, I'll put him back. There are quite a few of them. Yeah. That guy was closer. Okay. So what is their swimming speed anyway? Yeah, it's all right. So here comes the first one. He swims up and he is going to take a swipe with his claws at Bolt Fist. Which will hit. Why didn't he have the claws? So I'm going to throw a D4 on top of that. We're just enough to shake Bolt Fist. And then he spends an emotion token, and Bolt Fist is also stunned and collapses into the bottom of the boat. Okay, this guy swims up on Cheerful, but I need to give these guys claws. Where's my claws at? There we go. There's some claws. See how he does. Oh, quite well. So he claws with a raise.
Wow.
For 14 damage, which will shake you and do 2 wounds. I'm gonna guess you're gonna want to soak that.
Yeah. All right. Do I do that now or on my turn?
I know you soak immediately if you choose to.
All right, I will soak immediately.
Whoa, nice roll.
There you go.
So you are you duck out of the way just in time as this thing lurches over the gunnel and tries to claw you.
These things are fast for skeletons.
They are fast. And here comes one from the other side, who is also coming at you. He needs his claws.
Hey, Scott, are any of these guys in my reach? Can I use first strike when they start getting a little closer, even if they're not attacking me?
You absolutely can. So far, none of them are within your reach, but that's going to change before too long.
Okay.
None of them has swum up in which where you could hit them first. But that's about to change. So here comes the next guy who swims up and targets Ebullient Gong Gou, but he's close enough to knives that you can smack him first. Make sure to target him.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. So that's 1 hit with a raise and 1 hit on that guy.
1 hit with a raise. So
Yes.
let's do that. Ooh. Oh, I don't know if I need to hit him twice.
No, you as he swims up, you just swirl the wavering blade over your head and slice completely through his skull, and he sinks down to the bottom of the lake.
Nice.
And then this guy swims up on the other side, also going for Ebullient. You don't get another first strike, though. You only get one per turn.
Oh, okay.
You need improved first strike if you want to do more than that.
Okay.
And
Life goals.
And he takes a swipe with his claws at Ebullient and will miss. And let's see.
That was a very good try. Next time you'll do better.
And then this guy swims up and goes for Cheerful, since Bolt Fist is collapsed into the bottom of the boat. And completely misses.
Nice.
Next up is the Irritated Drowning Corpse. That's the worst. And he is going to swim on up and attack Fisherman Poe. And also completely failed to do anything. Then we've got the surprised Drowning Corpse, who is going to swim on up and attack Sneaky Chao. So that allows you to act first.
Yep, I'm going to act first. So I will just go ahead and I would use my Shadow Saber.
Shadow Saber it is.
I'll just do a straight up roll, right?
Yeah, you can target him.
Oh, right. What is it? T? Yeah.
Yep. All right. Consider with your bonus for the Joker, that's going to hit. Oh,
Nice.
and so much for the surprise Drowning Corpse.
I'd say he's very surprised.
Next up is the embarrassed Drowning Corpse, who is going to swim up and attack Knives. Not perhaps the best move ever.
Oh, I forgot to ask if there was a gang up bonus.
It's calculated for you.
Ah, okay.
All right. With a 7, that does not hit Knives. I don't suppose you have counterattack, do you?
No, not yet.
Not yet. And last but not least is the panicked Drowning Corpse, who's going to swim on up and go for Sneaky.
Would she have gotten a first strike?
She only gets 1 per turn.
Ah, okay.
And miss. Ebullient.
Well, there seem to be a fine amount of targets.
There certainly are.
Okay, I forget. Is there friendly fire?
There absolutely is. But you can spend extra power points if you go into your burst options. There's a selective option, which allows you to exclude people from the target.
Actually, I could do something. Can I exclude people on a damage field?
Can you make a damage field selective? Yes, you can.
How do I do that?
Where it says no action selected, click on that and go down to power modifiers generic and click selective.
Oh. Set. Fire in the hole.
Right. Activate damage field.
Oh, is there something?
If you target yourself, it'll work. Okay, Fisherman Poe.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Is going to try to punch the core. Well, Fisherman Poe, actually, Jung Soo gets to decide what Fisherman Poe is going to do.
He's unarmed.
Mm-hmm. He sure is.
Okay, and he doesn't have any special abilities or anything, it looks like, yeah?
No, he's a guy who pulls a boat
Rows
around and
boats.
catches fish. Yeah.
No, well, he's got a pole. He's going to try to hit this guy.
Okay. Target him and go for it.
What is that? Not strength. It's
No,
not a
just
weapon.
roll unarmed. There's an unarmed button.
Ah,
Don't forget to target.
how do I target when I
With
do
a
this?
T. Hover over him, hit T. Yep.
Ah, okay. What am I? No.
What's going on with that? Hang on.
I can only roll damage. I can't actually.
Oh, that's because he is unskilled at fighting. So I will roll that.
Okay.
Oops. Wait, no wild die. Yes, ace. 1d4. No, he completely fails to hit. Cheerful.
I'm going to use my segmented staff and attack this guy. Just a straight up bash him in the head.
And that hits.
All right. Here comes some damage. Ah, come on.
You can Benny the damage if you choose.
How many do I have? Yes, I'm going to damage the Benny, or Benny the damage. Right. That's better.
Much. He did.
Nice.
Nice.
Again.
Again, redid.
Redid. Yes. Knives.
All right. I'm going to target this guy.
You swirl the wavering blade. It wiggles in the air. And you just
big
nail him. That's 2
Big
hits
button.
with raises. And the first one is more than good enough.
Yikes.
All right.
Decapitation strike.
Yeah, he is the embarrassed drowning corpse. Last but not least, Bolt Fist.
Bolt Fist is
Gonna need to make a vigor roll
shaken. Yeah.
and a spirit roll. Shaken and
All right.
stunned.
All right. Here we go. So this is
Nope.
no.
You're still stunned.
All right.
You can also make a spirit roll and try to be unshaken.
All right, let me try to unshake. Is that gonna? I may have clicked on the wrong thing here.
Yeah, it does not cost you a penny. So go ahead and make a spirit roll.
All right, let me bring this up here.
I gave you a penny instead of didn't kill me to kill you either.
Wait a minute, was that me? Yeah, that was Bolt Fist rolled for spirit.
Yeah. Nope. Still shaken and still stunned.
So can I act though shaken and stunned?
You cannot.
All right.
Wait, what the hell? Did I move somebody here?
I'm in the water.
I was going to say.
That was not intentional.
You're swimming.
Okay, new round. Oh, Cheerful Fan draws a choker.
Nice.
You're not supposed to be shaken. All right. So you can act anytime you like.
Okay, let me see the rest of the order here. I will hold action.
Mm-hmm. Since you have a joker, you can jump in anytime you want. Next up is Fisherman Poe.
Yeah, we're gonna try to hit this guy with the pole again.
All right, let's see how you do. Not great. Nice.
All right. Let's see how I feel like I should try to reach up a little bit. Maybe this guy.
One hit with a raise on the lonely drowning corpse. And that's going to be bye-bye for the lonely drowning corpse.
Mm.
Just neatly swing around, whip around, and lop his head off. Next up is the doubtful drowning corpse, and the doubtful drowning corpse is going to try to capsize your boat. So someone needs to make an agility roll to counter this. Who would like to be the person responsible for keeping the boat upright?
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay.
I think I have a good agility.
All right, so let's see how the corpse does. 6. So you need to beat a 6.
Oof.
Not a problem.
Not a problem.
Nice.
So you keep the doubtful drowning corpse from tipping the boat over. The pensive drowning corpse is going to try to attack Cheerful Fan unless you would like to.
I will actually act now. I will preempt that attack, and I will bash him over the head with my segmented staff.
Oh, I should say he's next to the damage field. So let's see how that does.
Okay.
Because he's starting his turn adjacent to Ebullient. Oh dear. Whose flaming aura cooks him.
Oh, he just stepped into the fire pot. Okay.
Yes, so I'm going to put you back on hold because, he just got incinerated.
Couldn't happen to a nicer skeleton.
Nope. Okay, that brings us to the 10th drowning corpse, who is going to slide up and try to get sneaky this time. And
Wait, can I first strike since it's a different round?
You can, but he didn't close into range of you.
Okay.
And then the irritated drowning corpse is also targeting sneaky. And hits.
Yeah.
For insufficient damage to do anything useful.
Nice.
However, despite that, you are stunned.
Uh-oh.
They're using some sort of mystic power on you guys.
Yeah.
Last but not least, the panicked drowning corpse. It should have been the 10th drowning corpse. The 10th drowning corpse is also going to attack Cheerful Fan. And miss. Which brings us to Sneaky Chao. You need to make a bigger roll to unstun yourself.
All right. Boom.
Which you do. However, that leaves you distracted and vulnerable for this round. Nevertheless, you can act. You're also no longer going to be prone. I assume you're going to stand up.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and which one's think this guy? Yeah. So I'll go ahead and I'll attack him.
All right. You swing your shadow saber at him and hit. And there's enough to shake him.
Oh,
Bolt Fist. We need another vigor roll and another spirit roll.
Okay, before Bolt Fist acts in any kind of a way, Cheerful Fan is going to step in and attack the 10th drowning corpse.
Okay. That hits. And you have shaken the 10th drowning corpse.
Okay. So now we come back to Bolt Fist. So this is for there we go.
Still shaken. And then we need a vigor roll to avoid to unstun. Or you can hit the unstun button. That works too. No, still shaken, still stunned.
God.
And last but not least, we have Ebullient Gong Gou.
okay. Did I get stunned or something when I wasn't looking? I got
No.
a bigger attribute test pop up.
Shouldn't have. Is that because you are an alternate owner might be because you're an alternate owner for Bolt Fist? Not sure. But no, you don't need any bigger tests.
Cool. So, how wide is the boat?
The boat is about 4 feet wide.
Do I have can I step up to here?
Only if you swap positions with Cheerful Fan, which I would allow. You guys want to trade places?
Sure. Recognize that we got two still fighting people right up here near Bolt Fist, and Bolt Fist is pretty useless at the moment.
He is pretty useless at the moment.
So, if I step up there,
yes,
are these guys now in my damage field?
They will be. They will take damage at the beginning of their next turn.
Okay.
Is it when they end their turn or begin their turn? I got to double check that. But anyway, yes, they're in your damage field.
Now I get the chance to whack one of them.
You do.
Ha ha!
End of their turn, they take damage. So pick one and whack him. One of them shaken, he'll be easier to kill.
That's this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Throw the T on him. Did that actually target him?
Yeah.
Aha! Targeted. Bring forth the segmented staff, crushing pain.
Wow. That does not hit.
Benny, the segmented staff of crushing pain. Stupid Benny, touching the dice.
Even worse. Yeah, stop there.
How far into the lake are we?
You're smack in the middle of it.
We're smack in the middle of it, but we're at the very beginning of this adventure, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah. I think it would be very bad luck to fall into the water right now.
It wouldn't be great.
Oh, no, I don't plan on falling into it. I'm just trying to decide how big a gun I want to use right now. And I think I'm going to stay with the roll I have.
Okay. New round.
Well played, skeleton.
First up is Fisherman Poe. Now try another unarmed attack. Okay, here comes the roll. Oh, he almost hit, but not quite.
But not quite.
Next up is Bolt Fist. Let's try the old spirit and vigor rolls again.
Let's try it. So here comes Vigor. All right, that looks pretty good.
Hey, cheerful. So that's good enough to unstun him.
Okay.
And then you need a vigor roll. You need a spirit roll to unshake. Still shaken, but he can at least stand up. If
Right.
you
So he does. He stands up and says, I feel so much better.
All right. Next up is knives. Still got one guy within reach.
Wow,
That's a hell of a reach.
is some kind of a thing.
2 hits with raises. Only needed the first one. So much for the panic drowning corpse. He was right to panic. That wavering blade, man. Ebullient.
One more try.
Bam.
Targeting still there.
That does not hit.
I need more practice with my staff.
You're really more of a kill them with fire guy anyway.
Yeah, I'm trying to save the fire.
All right. Cheerful.
I feel like we should take one of these guys and question them.
Nah. Let's
No,
go
just
shoot 'em.
kill them all.
Kill them all. Kill them all. So I am now.
They don't
since we
seem
trade places-
particularly sentient.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a bit out of reach of the tense drowning corpse.
Not with
here.
your bow.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say. So here comes the bow. I'll whip out the long bow, and give him a taste of arrow.
Ooh, nice
Just
shot.
like that, baby.
Hits with a raise. And that will be enough to finish him off.
Nice. Nothing quite like an arrow through the skull to make somebody's dead.
And he sinks down to the bottom of the lake. Sneaky, you've got one guy within reach for your Shadow Saber if you choose to use it.
I do. Hold on. Shadow Saber.
That hits. But not for enough damage to take him out. You just grazed him.
Isn't there something I can use? Is it pennies for damage or something else?
You can, at this point, a Benny is your best bet rather than an emotion token because, let's see, do you have any special emotions? You don't.
Nope.
So the emotion token can add a d6 to damage, but you can't replenish those quite as easily. You have to overplay your emotion for me to give you one of those.
Okay.
So Bennying the damage is probably a better bet, and it sure was.
Oh boy.
Splash
Nice
one
job.
corpse. Splash one corpse. All right. That leaves the doubtful drowning corpse, who is going to take a claw swipe at Bolt Fist. And hit.
Oh,
For a lot of damage. That will do 2 wounds on Bolt Fist,
Oh,
Dang it.
which I assume you're going to want to soak.
Yes. Okay, so I've got the soak wounds pop up. Is that 4 Bolt Fist?
Yes.
All right.
And you critically fail. So that's going to be wounds.
Wow.
Unfortunate.
Shaken and 2 wounds. The good news is your healer is standing right there.
What a mixed blessing.
New round.
It's just a flesh wound.
Oh, better news. Your healer is going first. Would you care to deploy the healing flames? Actually, I got to roll damage field for that guy because he's in your damage field. So let's see what happened. Not much.
Not much.
Yeah. All right. So, Ebullient, would you care to use some magic healing?
I would like to lay my hands of encouragement upon him.
Your hands are coated with healing fire.
Feel the joy of combat, my friend. Oh, hold on. Heal selected? Oh, no.
Yeah,
roll
you can
first.
target
Yes.
him.
I got to target. Press
Yep.
hover, press the T. Green triangles of happiness.
Big money, big
Roll.
money. That is good enough to heal a wound. Let's try the heal selected button, see what happens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can heal selected and remove one wound.
Do I have to? I could just hit heal, right?
Yeah.
Did that actually do anything? I couldn't tell if I needed to put a number there.
You do need to put a number 1 there for the number of wounds to
Let's
remove.
put that. 1 wound. Feel better, my friend.
All right, it's down to 1 wound now. Cheerful.
So Boldfist is still carrying a wound, correct?
Goldfist is still wounded, yes.
All right. Can I stretch my arm out over Ebullient's shoulder and touch Boldfist to do some healing myself?
Let's see. Let's see. How would you do that?
I mean, I believe it's a touch effect. So I would have to stretch out and make contact with Boldfist. I'm a little bit farther back in the boat, but I'm like only one person away. So I think that's if I lean forward.
Is that your Sorrow Master ability?
Well, I have healing.
As a skill? I don't see it.
Treat wounds.
Yes, that's using the healing skill.
Yeah.
And it requires 10 minutes, so not something you can really do in combat.
Oh, all right. All right. Well, so much for that idea. In that case, we're just going to shoot the guy.
Okay.
Keep it simple. There we go.
Oh, that's going to hit with a raise.
There we go. Bring it.
And that is going to finish him off, which will take us out of combat.
All right.
Yay for simple.
Yeah, it's just.
All right. So now you're able to pull back. You are able to as the combat finishes, the moon passes behind the clouds. The green glow remains, but the water becomes murkier. You can no longer see the hidden army below you, but you are quite confident that they are coming for Dead Lake in a matter of days. So Poe says, "Can we go back to shore now?"
Yes, let's go.
I'm freaked out.
Yeah, I mean, is there there's no more information that we can learn from being out here. So,
there's nothing we can drop on these guys. We don't have like waterproof dynamite or anything.
No such thing. Cheerful, do you want to use a curative pill or use one of your curative pills on Bolt Fist?
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay, so just reduce your quantity of curative pills to 5, and then Bolt Fist will be at full strength again.
I now have 5 curative pills.
So from what you saw, the army is going to be ready to march in a matter of a few days. Given the effect of the moon, well, give me occult rolls to see what you think might be going on here. Anyone else can also make occult rolls if you choose. Everybody has a cult that's required.
All right.
That's good enough.
Okay.
So Boltfist thinks that because of the way the moon acted and revealed this camp, that the attack is likely to come on the full moon, which is only 2 days away.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so all we have to do is delay the full moon.
Yeah, no biggie.
No problem.
Of course, you are on an urgent mission to get the Mirror of Ever-Present Sight. So you return to shore. Which inn or which inns would you like to take advantage of here?
I think that I will go to the All Inn, the one that had the good food and wine.
That would be the good food is the Red Kite. The good wine is the All In.
Then I will go to the Red Kite, the one with the food.
Okay. How about the rest of you? Both this will come with you just for simplicity.
Okay.
I will be heading to the All In, where the wine is good and the company is wonderful.
Sneaky? Knives, where are you staying?
Wait for me, guys.
Which guys? You going to the food one?
Yeah,
Okay.
not
And
so into the
Sneaky
drinking.
was into the food as well. So most of you are at the. So this seems to pacify the two innkeepers that they're both getting some custom from the Ghost Wardens.
Okay.
So you guys have a decision to make. Are you going to stay and defend the town, which is kind of in line with your Ghost Warden vows, or prioritize the greater need and continue on the Cloud Road, leaving the Dead Lake town to its fate?
It's 2 days. How long is the journey in front of us?
Well, let's jump over to the world map. So you think that the manor is somewhere around here. It took you 3 days to get to Dead Lake, so it's probably at least 4 or 5 days further journey to get to the manor. Maybe more, because from what you know of the Cloud Road, it's not an easy journey.
Mm.
What is our time crunch on getting the mirror?
There are strange and horrible things afoot, and the mirror is your only way of determining exactly what's going on.
Mm.
As you went to the inn, Fisherman Poe also says, if only we had some decent defense for this town, but the white banners are useless. They got a new commander last week named Tam. He's trying to whip them back into shape, but he's just a stripling, hardly worth his salt. Probably can't do anything with them.
What do you guys think?
Well, we could visit this commander and give him a talking to, give him some advice, buck him up, instill some fighting spirit in him.
We could show him how to properly do a training montage.
That's right.
Whatever. That's a great idea.
Yeah, let's do
I
that.
have no interest into the living. I will be here and enjoy myself.
All right. So are you going to try to stay and protect the town? Are you going to go visit this Officer Tan?
If we stay and defend this town, and let's say that we defend the town is saved, does that help us on our larger mission, or is that just a little feel-good thing?
Well, it kind of depends. You are going to have to come back through this town. So it's possible that the delay of dealing with an army of the dead that have occupied the town could be worse if they in fact occupy the town.
We should help all people.
That is definitely Gong Gou's general approach.
I think that we should help all people when it makes sense and it is in our own benefit.
I would disagree. Again, the living is no concern.
Those are all great ideas. What do you think we should do?
I love that you're the leader. I'll follow you anywhere.
The fates of these people are not ours to decide.
Well, it is your obligation as Ghost Warden to deal with the unquiet dead. And that absolutely is what's out in that lake clearly qualifies as the unquiet dead. So as you're thinking about this, you do have a chance to meet and interact with your innkeepers. So Sixes used to be a salt worker and is quite a gambler. He won the inn in a dice game. Lady Kong, the proprietor of the Red Kite, used to be a famed courtesan, and the inn is basically a retirement project for her. She's clearly very wealthy.
Why were they both like so interested in getting Ghost Wardens to stay with them?
Well, they're worried about the glow in the lake. They don't know what it is, but they figure it's some uncanny thing from hell and that you guys can deal with it. And they're very enthusiastic about having you here and are confident that she'll be able to address whatever issue is causing this glow.
Got it.
As was Silverbags, the rich guy.
Mm. I don't know what we should do. Let's go talk to the captain.
All right. So the following day, you head over to Fort Outlook here, which is where the White Banners are stationed. And it transpires that the captain was a student of the same school as Knives.
Ooh.
But he was very, very junior.
Ooh.
And you remember him as being very privileged, coming from a wealthy family.
Mm. Was he any good?
No.
Even better.
Oh, Knives, so you are a Ghost Warden now. This is unexpected. When our master was killed, I figured the school was lost, but it is fine to see another fighter from the Deadly Horns school.
Right. I think I remember you. So how are things going here?
Well, give me a persuasion roll, Knives.
Oh, my persuasion's awful.
Yes, it is. Let's see if he's going to be straight with you. Your persuasion is awful, but that's a decent roll, but not a very good one. So he says, well, I've just arrived in the last week, and I'm going to whip these troops into shape. I've learned some training songs. We're going to make a man out of them. Very good one. And I'm showing off the mighty skills that I learned in the Deadly Horn School. And he does some martial arts moves, and all of you can tell that they are terrible.
Mm.
And
even me?
Yes.
Oh.
You can see
very amusing to watch. I am highly entertained.
You can see some of the men nearby, some of the White Banners, are kind of looking at him side-eye and chuckling to themselves or shaking their heads. They're clearly just embarrassed by this guy.
How did you get this post?
I need another persuasion roll on that. Would anyone like to support Knives in this effort?
Yes, I will.
Maybe somebody else should just ask him.
Well, we don't know.
Well, that's a +1 on the roll anyway. It is more of a cheerful fan job. Whoa. Too bad you're a dog. So that's still not going to get anywhere. Says, well, I obviously acquired this position through my martial skills from the Deadly Horn School, as well as my intensive study and excellent command of tactics and strategy.
Well, I'm convinced.
Would anyone like to
This
make
town
a notice
is in
roll?
good hands.
Would anyone like to make a notice roll?
I will take a notice roll. Ah, man.
Yeah, you're sold. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, buddy. Great.
Yeah, I'm going to do nose roll.
I think Boltfist is also going to do a notice roll.
All right. Some of you at least are fairly convinced that he is slinging some bullshit here about how he got the job.
So Boltfist, actually, that's not true. Cheerful Fan, as persuasively as possible, says, hey, listen, we're all people of the world here. You can level with us. What's really going on here? How did you get put in charge of this? Damn it.
You like to penny
How
that?
could you say such a thing? He's an honorable member of my school.
Do you want to Benny that
Clearly,
persuasion
he's
roll?
in good hands.
Yeah, I think I do, actually.
Oh my god!
God,
Wow.
what a waste of a penny.
Because I don't know
Hey,
what
sounds good to me.
I don't know what you mean, sir. I am clearly competent.
I think we should just keep going.
Why don't you tell us everything? And I'm just gonna persuade him.
Okay.
All right, and Boltfist is going to support that.
Okay.
I have no idea why they're getting so.
Just barely good enough. He says, well, I'll be honest with a senior student from my old school.
Well,
He kind of leans in and speaks very quietly. My dad got me this job.
what?
Nepotism.
They thought
Wonderful.
that this would be a safe post where I'd be out of the way. It's pretty embarrassing, so I hope you please don't tell anybody.
That's outrageous. A competent guy like you?
Yeah, well,
I start storming around.
I thank you. Thanks for your confidence there, Knives. So clearly, this guy not so good at defending the town, and we're gonna leave it there for you guys to decide. What are you gonna do about this impending attack of the undead?
Okay. Personnel
mystery.
management for fun and profit.
You can follow Happy Monster Press on Facebook and Blue Sky as Happy Monster Press, on our website at happymonsterpress.com, on Twitter as Happy Monster PRS, or follow this podcast on YouTube, Spotify, or iTunes. Like what you hear? Support us on Ko-Fi at ko-fi.com/happymonsterpress. The Happy Monster Cast is part of the Savage Worlds Media Network. This podcast references the Savage Worlds game system available from Pinnacle Entertainment Group at www.peginc.com. It is unofficial content permitted under the Media Content Agreement. This content is not managed, approved, or endorsed by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Certain materials used are the intellectual property of Pinnacle and all rights are reserved. Savage Worlds, all related settings and unique characters, locations, logos, and trademarks are copyrights of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. All other content is the intellectual property of Happy Monster Press. Music: Ice Cold by Jason Shaw, and Asian Drums by Kevin McLeod of Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license.
Oh, for sure.